This is what libs never understand. Nobody ever says, like, hey, would you rather have 100 people employed at salary X or 70 people employed at X plus 30%? Or 50 people employed at X plus 50% pay. The only mechanism to pay people in a company is to have a consumer pay for your product that covers the cost. If you watch the show regularly, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Keep in mind, in 2022, the Spirit flight attendant, air attendant union got 10 to 27% wage increases with 40% over 2 years, which resulted in their first bankruptcy. Pilots in 2022 also got a 27 to 43% pay increase for the same timeline. And when the airline didn't raise prices to cover that, they went bankrupt a second time. Every time there was like all these structural changes where they had to dial back and they brought wages back down a little bit, but not all the way back down. There was serious internal pressure to raise ticket prices, but couldn't do that. Proof that you don't get half credit for showing your work. You actually have to have the money and be good at the final equation on math. There was like enormous pressure to keep Spirit Airlines, from politicians to internals to unions, trying to keep those prices low, and Spirit didn't raise them. I got a serious question. Do you think that other airlines sit around and are like, yes, let's make them as high as possible? No. Look, they'll raise them as much as they can get away with, but they're not trying to just double them just because. They're doing that so they can make a profit, a little bit of profit. They try to keep them as low as they can while maintaining profit margins so they can be competitive, Pete Buttigieg. Now, because Democrats have told us that we have to have these $30 flights to Florida. 17,000 people don't have their jobs because Democrats tried to mandate Spirit keeping things low. See, if the government had just let them merge twice, yes, there would have been some increases and a couple layoffs, and the flight from New York to Florida would probably have been, $50 instead of $40, but they would have stayed in business, and most of those people would still have their jobs. But what's most rich about stuff like today, the same Democrats are out there with their hair on fire. Oh, this is a tragedy. I hate that people lost their jobs, but no concern that they caused this problem in the first place, like Elizabeth Warren. Because she tweeted out, spiking fuel prices from Trump's war is the nail in the coffin for twice bankrupt Spirit Airlines. JetBlue merger failed because a judge appointed by Ronald Reagan said the deal was illegal. Republicans are desperate to shift the blame from higher costs hitting families. The same person, Elizabeth Warren, who celebrated the merger getting blocked just a few years ago, now blames it on the Trump administration and some Republican-appointed judge. It's unbelievable. But this is the best part. These same people could not have cared less when they destroy any other project. Pick one out of the sky. Dakota Pipeline killed 30 to 40,000 jobs. A supply line that, ironically, Elizabeth Warren, would have kept fuel prices lower during this Iran conflict that could have saved Spirit Airlines, according to your logic. The government should just have no say in things like this. I get monopolies and antitrust laws and stuff like that, but this was not even close to that. There's 12 main carriers in America right now, and another 50 to 70 smaller or regional carriers. This is the nature of business. Prices will only be as low as a company can make marginal profits. The ceiling is what people can and will pay. But Elizabeth Warren shouldn't be anywhere near dictating any of that or what any airline can charge or anybody else. One thing's for sure, the same number of people will probably be flying in America, and they will now be forced to buy seats on other airlines that were already full, which will lead to an increase in demand. Every time that happens, there'll be a decrease of supply, which makes all tickets cost more for everyone. Great job, Democrats.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.